So much for joining us. I mean, the big news over the last couple of days is, of course, the Senate being approved, the board rather, being approved by the Senate in Nigeria with regards to AMCON. What kind of impact has it had on the markets, if at all, given the fact that we've had 2 days of flat closes?
The market actually closed on a positive note today. We saw volume and value going up by about 45 and over 17% respectively. We saw a lot of the rescued banks closing on bid today. So I would say it actually had a positive impact on the activities in the market today.
Well, just taking a look at how it could affect trading patterns going forward. Of course, it is a vote of confidence, the fact that AMCON is going to start doing what it needs to do with, of course, the toxic debt scenarios that have been playing out for many of these banks. Do you think that it could perhaps help the NSE all-share gain significant ground as we head towards the end of the year?
Yes, we think so. It's actually, our perspective was two views. Investors will still be a bit cautious and want to watch what the market will do in the next days, because the market has appreciated for some days now. As we see the AMCON, the AMC corporation picking up the toxic assets, we expect that mergers and acquisition bids will begin to be announced in the market.
All mergers and acquisitions, do you expect a big flurry of that? Do you think that is going to perhaps be more telling in terms of market direction as opposed to AMCON itself?
Yes, we feel that a lot of announcements will begin to come in. Union Bank and Finbank has come out to say that they are talking to some potential investors, and we feel that more of the rescued banks will begin to announce the proposition for mergers and acquisition going forward.
To what extent has most of the news been priced in? I mean, we have a lot of speculation in terms of which banks are under the spotlight right now, which banks are interested in the rescued banks. I mean, your view on this, do you think it's mostly been priced in, or do you think there's still a lot of room for movement and perhaps you'll see a little bit of volatility coming through on these banking stocks?
We feel that to a large extent it's been priced in. Going forward, if we begin to get more news as to what they've been able to raise in terms of the toxic asset sale, I think it's going to give you more room in terms of the movement in pricing.
Well, just going forward, I mean, third quarter earnings, we've seen various results out. Oceanic Bank out with some numbers today. Which stocks are you looking at in particular right now that perhaps could come in better than expected?
In the medium term, we're still very bullish on the banking stocks, followed by the insurance companies in the financial sector. The likes of First Bank is still on our peak, GTB is on our peak, Skybank, and some of the rescued banks.
Intercontinental Bank rising quite extensively, pre-tax profit of 12.73 billion naira in the 9 months to September. In fact, we've seen some really good numbers coming to the fore. Some are still disappointing on top-line growth. Perhaps this is some opportunity for investors to head into these stocks, or do you think that some market players will sit on the sidelines to wait for that top-line growth to start coming to the fore?
Yeah, well, we feel that some of them would still sit on the sideline and see what would happen in terms of Intercontinental and see if there will be a growth in the gross earnings. And still, there's still a lot of expectation as to what the judicial would say in terms of the MD that was taken out last year.
Well, now that AMCON, of course, is pretty much out of the way, we are going to see some interesting news coming through on that front. But at the end of the day, we've also seen some great news when it comes to growth prospects in Nigeria. What else could be quite telling in terms of market direction going forward?
We also feel that apart from the financial sector, there's also growth in other sectors like the cement industry also.
In the cement industry, we do know that foreign players are relatively interested in some of the local stocks as well. Of course, the cement industry has been growing pace by pace as well. Which cement stocks are you looking at this point in time?
On our peak, we're still bullish on Dangote Cement. We're bullish on WAPCO. Those are our peaks for now.
Have you been buying Dangote Cement? Some analysts think that it's slightly overpriced.
Well, in the market, there have been bids in Dangote Cement, and they have been picked at various levels in the market. Trades in the last couple of days have shown that there have been significant bids in the market.
Well, apart from the cement industry, what else are you looking at right now, Busola?
Apart from, like I said earlier, the banking sector and insurance companies.
And insurance companies. Your stock picks when it comes to the financial industry?
Well, like I mentioned, I said First Bank. On our stock pick, Continental Re is also there.
Fantastic. Let's touch on the Naira, of course, not really moving very much today. This is quite interesting given the fact that most emerging market currencies have enjoyed gains. We've seen quite a big significant gain coming through for the shilling in Kenya. Do you expect any movement to come through when it comes to the Naira, given the fact that we've seen quantitative easing being under the spotlight over the last couple of days?
Yeah, we feel that the Naira would appreciate in a couple of days. We still feel that there's room for appreciation for the Naira.
And in terms of the NSE All Share, let's just touch back on that. What level do you think we're going to end the year at this point in time? We've seen some nice gains coming to the fore. Of course, mid-August, we saw gains of around 25%. Do you think we could perhaps see some nice gains as we head towards December, or are we going to flatline from here onwards?
Well, we feel for on the NSE index, it might just gain slightly or close flat before the end of the year. We don't see any significant improvement in what we're experiencing right now.
You said insurance, you said banking sector, you're looking at cement as well. Which sector do you think is going to outperform?
The banking sector.
By what percentage, Busola?
I don't have any percentage to give right now, but we're actually very bullish on the banking sector.
Do you think it's going to outperform in 2011 as well? Do you think it's going to be one of the best performing sectors going forward, given the fact that it was one of the hardest hit?
Yes, it would. I mean, we actually believe with the announcement of the mergers and acquisition, with a lot of toxic asset being taken out, a lot of the rescue bank coming to fore and making profitability, I feel the banking sector is a sector to be looked out for in 2011.